Review of the US stock market. The American stock is showing a fall. Fears are mounting and irrationality in the marketplace is on the rise. I will tell you how to proceed in this situation in this review. S&P 500 Index. The index continues to decline and prices move near the lower border of the channel. Today, not only the technology sector is falling, but also the industry as well. In a panic, newcomers fix their positions when professionals select high-quality assets that will remain with us for a long time. Apple shares. Apple remains under pressure, but if something happens, we must increase our positions on this security. Why do I mention this company so often in our reviews? This is because there is tremendous confidence in the business of this company. I often cited the fact that the company earned record revenue, that the company regained leadership in the sale of smartphones and much more in arguments for the purchase, and in the meantime the stock is falling. This happens again in my subjective opinion, mainly due to the fact that people panic, and in a panic it is difficult for most market participants to act rationally. I do not exclude the fact that prices may fall even lower, but even despite this fact, I would buy this company the most. If you want to save yourself from inflation not only with gold, but also earn money, then Apple is exactly what you need. Especially against the background of increasing debt obligations on cheap loans. Boeing stock. If you do not like the technology sector for some reason and want to find a security from the industrial sector, then there is a Boeing company that can satisfy your request. I say right away that this is an investment idea with the expectation of restoring air transportation. Despite the problematic nature of the aviation sector, Boeing has one more important thing to consider. We all know that Boeing's core business is civilian aircraft, but the military, telecommunications and aerospace industries should not be underestimated. The company has room to maneuver, even though it will be difficult for it. She has business diversification. If you buy a clean company in the aviation sector, then many questions arise, but if you buy a company with a business that has many directions, then there is a lot to turn around. Pfizer stock. Pfizer stocks have gone straight to the levels I noted earlier. I spoke about this just a month ago, and this happened before our very eyes. And why are the shares of a pharmaceutical company that is developing a vaccine for coronavirus falling at all? Quite simply, vaccination is slow, new strains are emerging and work may still be ahead. Most likely it is for this reason that the member of the board of directors of this company sold his shares at the very peak. The only surprise is that many, having seen this news, continued to buy shares of this company and hope for growth. But is it now the time to buy back shares or should we wait? Now you should watch the further reaction of the market, to the shape of candles near the marked level, etc. in order to understand the further price movement. In the meantime, I do not recommend entering this security without a confirmation signal. Review of commodity markets. How long will gold fall? When to expect his growth? What is happening with other precious metals and what are the prospects for oil? Most of these questions will be answered right now, as well as a little up-to-date on the mechanics of hedging to get you familiar. Gold. Due to the panic in the financial markets, as well as the irrational behavior of all participants, gold continues to fall, and questions and complaints come to me. They say, you say that you need to buy gold, but it does not grow. When will it grow? Should we wait for 2022 or what? Alas, it should be understood that there are many newcomers on the market who do not quite understand exactly where they got to, and such worries are understandable. I have to tell you as much as possible about gold and make corrections to clarify the situation in detail. Our speculative idea closed with a plus, because I noticed the weakness of the bulls in time and advised our readers to move the stop loss to a small profit. Along with this, I also gave a long-term recommendation, and I will not tire of saying that gold will still show itself as a protection against inflation. I say right away that this is a long-term investment throughout the year. Therefore, if you do not have enough patience or your trading plan, if you certainly have it does not allow you to wait so long, then you should not take gold in the long term. Gold has quite sharp trends and therefore you need to be patient. This is a long game. If you bought at the level where I gave a recommendation in the long term, then you shouldn't worry about the position. Bought and forgotten. Oil Brent. I said that in oil we need to wait for a rollback, and this rollback is taking place before our eyes. The daily chart does not yet show any bright picture of buying oil, so let's move on to the lower charts to see the market situation better. The 4 hours chart also does not give any special signals, although the price has reached the swing zone. It is worth observing what is happening here, but for now we will go even lower. Also, we do not see anything convincing that could play a role in the decision to start entering long. Based on this, it is worth adjusting your previous recommendation and warn you not to enter this asset yet. I would still watch the price and look at the next formations, but the candles show that most of the market is scared and sales may continue for more. Therefore, I do not recommend going long yet because of the big risks. Palladium. Palladium may look interesting in the long term, but now there is a signal to sell it. I must say right away that the short here looks more risky than the long, as it is trading against the trend, and the market has already responded to this signal and the price of the asset is going down. What then remains to be done here? Since it is too late to enter the daily chart, you can look for entries on intraday charts. While panic is blowing through all financial markets, the crowd in a frenzy will fix and sell everything. You can play on this if you keep your head in the cold and act calmly. I only see the situation for intraday moves. In the future, I would take a closer look at starting to buy this asset long from the support level, but for now, either you have to take risks, or if you are a conservative trader, it is better to wait for a better moment and wait out the panic. Conclusion. Commodity assets are inherently cyclical and are worth investing in when a new cycle begins. Long-term fundamental forecasts are not immediately fulfilled. The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful is moral and professional training.